It's a poem that is perhaps her most important poem, though there was a whole scad of important poems. This poem was about the Triangle Fire that occurred in New York City, and the poet who is reading it, Agneta Falk, who is a dear friend of Carol's, was actually, that fire occurred on Agneta's birthday, March 26th. Yeah. 1911, wasn't it? So, let's hear from Agneta Falk reading Carol's.
The reason I also wanted to purple, but one of the reasons is that the recent garment factory collapse in Bangladesh, and these things are occurring very frequently in that part of the world where people still work in terrible conditions, are locked up, cannot get out. There are many sites. There was one in Cambodia not so long ago, and in fact we should all tear off our t-shirts that are made by places like Mango. God knows, there are so many of them. And but that's a whole other story. It's a pity that such a great poet as Carol had to wait till she died to have a book published. But her works live on. And I'm going to read the poem just as that, and then I'm going to read the poem I wrote to her myself. Sisters in Flames, for my daughter Leah. Spectators saw again and again pitiable companionships formed in the instant of death. Girls who placed their arms around each other as they leaped. In many cases their clothing was flaming, or their hair flying as they fell. And that's from the description of it. So here's Carol's poem. Greenhorn bent over the machine. Your hair a mass of red curls, like flames, I said. My words extinguished by the wailing motors. We never spoke. Together we sewed fine linen shirtwaists for fine ladies. We worked in our cork gowns and muslin aprons, 12 hours in dark, dank rooms, 9 floors above the street. Our fingers worked the soft cloth, our coarse hands fed the machine. Stranger, I saw you once in the elevator, going down, going home. Your eyes laughed when I whispered too loud. Strands of red hair falling over your cheek and neck. I touched your red rough hand. My shoulders ached, my pale envelope tucked in my coat pocket. For Papa, for Mama, for the rent I need, for a new skirt I need, a day in the sun. I need to unlock the doors of this factory. I'm still young, I whispered, and you laughed, because, of course, we were all young. Sister of the flames, take my hand. I will hold you in the cradle of my billowing skirt, in the ache on my shoulder, the center of my palm. Our sisters already dance on the sidewalk, 9 floors below the fire, is leaping through my hair, the air will lick our thighs. Sister, together now fly. The sky is an unlocked door, and the machines are burning. My God, somehow that's a very emotional.
That poem is American working class literature out of Oxford.
Great. I mean, it's
She's famous for that poem.
extreme. Well, it's so powerful. I mean, just says it all in without saying too much. It says everything. And this is my poem to Carol, and I don't need to describe it in any other way than this. Carol had a great sense of fun, which I also loved. And this, the cocktail hour, in the memory of Carol Tyler. I can't think of you without wanting to reach for a glass to toast the revolution, and then a toast to the latest technology, or simply a toast to being alive against all odds, as you would say. You, fighting woman, nose diving into the latest film, eating a hot dog on the corner of Columbus and Green Street, spouting about one or another injustice. You were America at its best, down to the baseball roots, the tobacco rolled without nicotine, liking some of the fancy things without being fancy, liking it simple. Tongue on the trigger, not missing a cue, sweet and sour all the way, a basin full of laughter before and after the cocktail hour.